Hello and welcome back. Today is Sunday, March 9th. I have your four best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, you're probably wondering, why the fuck does this guy's voice sound like this? And yesterday, I ended up going to a bar crawl yesterday and I have lost my voice, but hey, I'm here for you guys with this 8-game NBA slate. We got 4 plays here I absolutely love. We got some interesting games to say the least. Kicking off our day overall, we get Denver versus OKC 240 over under. Beautiful game to start off our day. And then we get some interesting matchups to say the least, but we get some other great games as the day goes on as well. Cleveland versus Milwaukee. That's a great game. Battle of Eastern Conference teams. And then Sacramento versus the Clippers. I think that will be a pretty great game overall at the end of the day. But other games during the slate, I'm not best overall. Phoenix versus Dallas overall. That was going to be the Kyrie versus KD game, but no Kyrie, no AD. That game is a fugazi. It just doesn't exist in my head. We have Utah versus Philly. That's an ultimate tank commander game overall. 225 over under. That's a fun tanking game overall if you want to maybe Kyle Filipowski in that matchup overall, but I got no plays in that game. San Antonio versus Minnesota. Was going to be a great game with Anthony Edwards versus Wemby, but no Wemby in that matchup. And then Portland versus Detroit. I think that game's actually pretty decent, honestly. That could be a pretty good game overall. But we have 4 plays here I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action and yesterday in the NBA. Ended up going 3-2 in best bets yesterday. Hand up. I wasn't watching much of the NBA yesterday. Like I said, I was out and about, so I wasn't paying attention. But I know who was paying attention. That was Josh Giddey, the Giddler. They keep giving us 32. That's 8 straight overs for us. Clap it up. That's not for us, but I think we took in 5 straight overs for him. But clap it up. Triple-double performance. He was absolutely dominant last night. Damian Lillard, he scored 26-plus points in his matchup. There was a little flirting news of no Giannis in the matchup, but if you got it on early, then perfect. But if you would have, I would have felt bad for people that hopped on the book later on because it was like at 27.5, and he just finished at 26 in that game. And then Kate Cunningham, I don't know what the fuck ESPN bet was talking about here. He scored 30-plus points. And then LeBron and Trae Young both hit their unders. Trae Young, he was scoring. I will gladly give up a Trae Young scoring game. That guy is super inconsistent scoring recently. Hey, the assists will come around next game for us overall. And then LeBron James, 25-plus points. He fell shy. He had a great rebounds assist game overall, but it was the Luka Doncic show overall and the Tatum Brown game overall from looking at the box score. But and shout out Joshua Ortiz, man. You had Jalen Durham in the comments. That was minus 105. We cashed together, so thank you, sir. I appreciate you with that nice little play as the day go on. Saw the comment, and I was out and about. Told all my friends about it. We all hopped on, and we all cashed together. So thank you, Joshua Ortiz, man. What a great day overall. So 4-2, but I'm not counting that towards my record. But 3-2 day overall. I got 4 plays here. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Denver OKC matchup here at noon. With this daylight saving, it has totally fucked me up this morning. Walking around my whole apartment and just seeing like 6 o'clock everywhere or 7 o'clock now. And I'm just like, what the fuck time is it right now? But this game's at noon Central Time here. And Texas, SGA in primetime matchups, I think so. I think this game's going to be great. SGA versus Nikola Jokic. The 2 MVPs going at it, and I'm riding SGA. So give me Shai Gigeous-Alander to go over 30.5 points coming at minus 120. On DraftKings, he's gone over 4 for his last 5 games, averaging 36 points per game. He has been an absolute monster overall, and he's gone over 7 for his last 10 games, averaging 33.4 points per game with 4 straight overs, with 2 straight 40-plus games. He's hot right now, and we're going to ride the hot hand. And he's been pretty consistent in getting the over versus Denver with his last 2 games. He's getting over 2 for his last 4, 50% hit rate with his last 4, him scoring 40, 34. And then he had 28 and 28 in the last 2. But that was all the way back in November where he was pretty inconsistent early on. He has been hot. He's gotten this over. Pause. He's gotten over. He's got this over 8 for his last 10 games, 8 for his last 10 home games, averaging 37.6 points per game. So he's been dominant these last 10 games overall. And Denver has low-key been getting killed by point guards overall. Devin Booker just dropped 34. Keon Ellis, 11. Derek White, 17. Halliburton hit his over. Luka had 32. And Anthony Simons had 26 points in their last matchup overall. Denver ranks 22nd in points allowed inside the paint. And guess what? SGA takes 55% of his shots inside the paint, so he has a great matchup here overall. He's averaging 21 field goal attempts per game in the last 10. In the last 2 games, he just had 30 and 25 field goal attempts because he has the green light to shoot whenever he wants overall. 60% hit rate on this season. He's got this over 7 for his last 10 overall. Mr. Consistent, I have him projected at 35. He said in that one post-game interview, he likes to stay consistent in everything he does. Today, he just needs to be consistent for us, getting the over 4 for his last 5. I think SGA will have a great game here on prime time, so give me Shai Gigeous-Alander to go over 30.5 points. Jumping into my second play of the day here, going to be in this Memphis-New Orleans Pelicans matchup here. Weird to have a play in this game, but this is a 240 over-under overall. Memphis is a 9-point favorite here on the road, and CJ McCollum has cooked in this matchup going back to 2023, so I think this is a great spot for CJ. Give me CJ McCollum to go over 21 and not 21, over 2.5 threes coming in at minus 130, minus 135. On DraftKings. He's got this over 4 for his last 4 versus the Memphis Grizzlies, averaging 3 threes per game. He's got this over 8 for his last 8 games versus Memphis, going back to 2023, so pretty consistent of getting his over, and he's been hot. 4 for his last 5 overall, averaging 3.2 threes made per game. And Memphis, these last 10 games, allowed the over 67% of the time to point guards with some big games overall. Brandon Williams just had 4. SGA just talked about him. He had 3 threes in their last matchup. CP3 was CP2 in his last game. Stephon Castle hit his over as well. Miles McBride had 3. Bradley Beal had 4. Donovan Mitchell 4. Halliburton 4 made 3s made. So they've been getting murdered these last 10 games to the point guard position. And Memphis ranks 24th in allowed straightaway threes. And guess where CJ McCollum takes the majority of his threes? From the straightaway. He takes 44% of his shots from the straightaway. It's like the 2K hot zone on the top. 24th in the league allowed points there. And he takes 44% of his shots. I think it's a great mix for good recipe for success here overall. 75% hit rate on back-to-back. So on a back-to-back here, I'm not worried here overall. Averaging 3.1 threes. With the last back-to-back he played, he had 7 threes made overall. These last 10 games, he's averaging 7 3-point attempts, so pretty good consistency in shooting the ball from beyond the arc overall. 61% hit rate at home this season, averaging 3.4 made threes in a row. I have him projected right on the money at 3 threes overall. 8 for his last 8. Can we go 9 for your last 9 here? So give me CJ McCollum to go over 2.5 threes coming at minus 135 on DraftKings. Man, oh man, I'm hurting right now, guys. I'm not gonna front. This has been brutal. I couldn't believe what the time it was when I woke up here today. But you guys could care. Maybe you guys do care. Maybe you guys don't. I don't really know. But let me know down below. What's your favorite play in the NBA? Always willing to tell you guys, like Joshua yesterday. I appreciate you. It's been a minute since. Not been yesterday. 1 for our last one. I think we're like 4 and 5 on the year. Not 4 and 5. That's probably made up overall. I haven't really looked at it, but we're going to be jumping into my third play of the day here. Going to be in the San Antonio Minnesota Timberwolves matchup. 233 over under. Minnesota 10-point favorite. And this man on the San Antonio Spurs has been balling out unlike De'Aaron Fox, man. That guy has been horrible. Where this guy has stepped up his game. That's Stephon Castle. So give me Stephon Castle to go over 15.5 points coming in at minus 120. On DraftKings, he has a good matchup here. Minnesota allows the 8th most points to the point guard position, and he's yet to do it versus Minnesota. 0 for his last 3 against the T-Wolves, but he's not been playing as much as he's been. He's been getting this over 5 for his last 5 games, averaging 24 points per game, and he's been playing a lot more. These last 5 games, he's averaging 29 minutes per game. And when Stephon Castle plays 25-plus minutes in a game, he gets the over 61% of the time, which I love. He's been, last 5 games, he's played 25-plus in each game. Gets the over 61% of the time. Seems like a good recipe for success. You want to know what else sounds like a good recipe for success? And it seems like that is my favorite word to say today so far. Is when Stephon Castle takes 12-plus shots in a game, he gets the over 77% of the time. And then these last 5 games, he's averaging 15 field goal attempts per game. So love that consistency overall. Minnesota, low-key, again, big games to point guard position. LaMelo just had 28. Quentin Grimes just had 30. Bradley Beal hit his over, which was 18. I don't know why I was very shady on that. Isaiah Collier hit his over. SGA went back-to-back 35-plus point games. Aaron Holiday and Amen Thompson both got their overs. I have them projected at 22-plus points, so we get a beautiful cushion here overall. I think they're going to catch on sooner or later about this Stephon Castle overall. But he's been Mr. Consistent. Even if this game's a blowout, they'll let the young gun get plenty of run. Getting the over 5 for his last 5, projected 22. Minnesota allowing the 8th most points. This is a good recipe for success for Stephon Castle. So going to be Stephon Castle to go over 15.5 points. And then for my 4th and final play of the day, going to be in this Cleveland-Minnesota Timberwolves matchup. If you saw the little graphic or my little thumbnail before, you probably could guess it's Donovan Mitchell. Death. Texas, Donovan Mitchell overs an important game. So give me Donovan Mitchell to score 25 plus points coming at -128 on FanDuel. He has a great matchup here. Milwaukee, these last 7 games, allow the 3rd most points and the 8th most threes to the shooting guard position, and he has been dominant. Hit this over 3 for his last 5 versus the Bucks, averaging 25.7 points per game. 75% hit rate versus the Bucks going back to 2021, averaging 28 points per game with his last 4, him scoring 32, 30, 14, and 27 points in the most recent game overall. And he's the ultimate road warrior. 55% hit rate on the road, averaging 25.5 points per game. Love that overall. I have him projected at 26 points in this game, so good spot here overall. He's got this over 3 for his last 5, averaging 26 points per game overall. And Milwaukee has given up some big games to the shooting guard position. Caris LeVert, I'm honestly not going to front you guys. I always thought it was Chris LeVert. When did it become Caris LeVert? I have no clue. As a fellow Chris, I would hope that it was Chris, but I was shocked as that. Terrence Mann had 12. The Great Barrier Reef had 16. Dyson Daniels. Jalen Green had 25. Tyler Hero had 40. And Bogan Bogdanovic totally just butchered that, had 15. And then Buddy Hield hit his over as well. Ultimate road warrior, 55% hit rate on the road. 3 for his last 4 versus Milwaukee. 75% hit rate going back to 2021. Love the consistency overall. So give me Donovan Mitchell to score 25 plus points on FanDuel. And those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. Just going to rattle them off here for you guys overall. Donovan Mitchell, 25 plus points. Stephon Castle, over 15.5. CJ McCollum, we need 3 threes for you. And then SGA, that's just the glory over. Come on, he's been hot on fire. Got to ride it. Let me know down below what's your guys' favorite play in the NBA. Could even be in college. Always willing to tell you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little me waking up real early and still feeling it from yesterday overall. I'm normally not like this. I apologize for my voice as well and for my little spikeness during this. I'm not normally like this overall, but 8 game slate here in the NBA. Some fun matchups here overall. Some fun games here. Best game on the slate just right off the bat, so I can't wait to watch it as well. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one. Ba-ba-ba-ba.